Hey, last week we talked about what happens when you get your seasonal color analysis done and something feels off. I promised we'd dive deeper into bridging that gap between your colors and your confidence. Your signature style is so much more than just wearing your best colors. Today, I'm going to show you how to see the aesthetic themes in the images you love, themes that can transform how you use any color palette. When you understand what naturally appeals to you, you can create outfits that feel authentically you. I'm Rebecca Mielke. As your visual identity guide, I take you on a journey of self-discovery so you can align your inner and outer self, show up confidently, and contribute your gifts to the world. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to download my free guide, Discover Your Essential Aesthetic. Find the link in the show description or at signaturestylesystems.com on the freebies tab. Resources. I think it says resources on the website. Okay, so your style DNA has three components that work together to create your signature style. So the D is design. It's the visual aspects of your physical self. Needs is the N, it's your lifestyle requirements. And A is aesthetic, the beauty that naturally resonates with your essence. Today, we're focusing on that last piece, your aesthetic, because understanding this can be the key that unlocks everything else. So, just this last week in my visual style discovery workshop, something powerful happened. One of the participants showed us a single picture from her collection, and the group just chipped in and shared what they saw in it, the vibe, the artistry, the implications. And the person who had brought the image was kind of at a loss for words. You don't even know me, she said, but you guys nailed so many things about my personality and the way I feel about myself. That's why I love this work. She felt seen. If you're interested in getting in on this type of a group experience, we're going to be starting a signature style studio program after the first of the year. But you might be thinking, but Rebecca, I'm not artistic. Here's the thing, you don't need to be. Every single time I do this exercise with clients or in a workshop, something amazing happens. Not only do people surprise themselves with their ability to spot patterns in images they love, but when I help them understand what those patterns in images mean and how they can translate them into clothing, that's when the real breakthroughs happen. When clients get their style guides from me, they're always surprised at the connections I'm able to make to their wardrobe, and it makes shopping fun again. So let's talk about some of the things I notice in people's images. One would just be the light quality. Is it bright and crisp, soft and diffused, dramatic with high contrast, or mysterious and moody? So movement. Do your images have a sense of stillness, flow, dynamic energy, structured rhythm? Then texture. Look for patterns of smooth versus rough, natural versus polished, delicate versus substantial. And then space. Notice how elements are arranged. Is there minimalist breathing room or rich layering? Symbolism. What keeps showing up? Water, architecture, nature, geometric shapes, color relationships, not just which colors, but how they are interacting in the image. And then time of day, dawn, bright daylight, twilight, night scenes, all those can tell us something about your aesthetic energy. So it was actually really interesting in this workshop. One of the participants hadn't brought art or nature images, but she showed us Pinterest images of what she wanted to wear. Even though I recommend separating the aesthetic images from clothing at the beginning, it's just to keep the discovery clean from things like the hassles of shopping, which who wants to think about that when you're trying to think about like the beauty that resonates with who you are. But still, the artistic elements in those images told a cohesive story. And the cohesive story is what makes you magnetic. When you start to see these artistic patterns in your favorite images, you're discovering something profound about your style essence. This isn't about copying outfits, it's about understanding the feeling you want to create with your presence. When you look at your beautiful images, that creates a feeling inside you. That is the same feeling that your clothes that you wear should create in you. So this week for homework, I suggest you collect 6 to 10 images that really speak to you. Don't overthink it. Just save what you love. Download the Discover Your Essential Aesthetic template, and you can start uploading the images to that. Caption them with what you love about them. Then notice what surprises you. What patterns do you see? What words would you use to describe the feeling these images create? Next time, we're going to explore the D in Style DNA. That's for design. We'll look at how to translate these aesthetic patterns we discovered today into clothing choices that honor your body's natural design. Because creating harmony with your authentic self is the key to embodying signature style. Thanks for being here for the Signature Style Systems podcast. Have fun exploring your aesthetic, and remember, the most interesting people aren't just putting on clothes that look good on them. They're showing up in the world as who they authentically are.